Hey everybody, welcome to the third and final video showing you what I baked for my Thanksgiving holiday. So aside from the apple tart, I made the Flourless chocolate wave cake from Claire Saffitz Dessert Person. So this is gluten-free, which is a great option for those of you who are gluten-free. But flourless chocolate cakes are just a winner in my book, regardless of if you eat gluten or if you don't. So I hope you enjoy this recipe. It was pretty easy. And I think she lists it as moderately difficult, but I think especially with a stand mixer, it's easy. So I think everybody should give it a try, and I hope you enjoy my process. Okay, so as you do for most cake recipes, we're going to start by prepping our pan. I'm using grapeseed oil, and then I'll sprinkle some granulated sugar. So that's a little bit different than the normal butter flour that you use, but this is just gonna help it from sticking and also give us some nice crunchy sugar crystals on the bottom as well as on the top, because we'll sprinkle some on the top at the end. I'm calling my father, telling him all the things that I'm bangs and the crashes on the way to my dreams. Although I'm a mother, I could need some advice. So now you want to separate your eggs. We're going to use the egg yolks for one half of the batter with the chocolate, and then the egg whites to make the meringue for the other half of the batter. So just go ahead and separate them out into two separate containers so that you can add them at different parts of the recipe. So now you're going to need to chop your chocolate. I used the dark chocolate pound bar from Costco just because I love being able to buy it in bulk. I think she says semi-sweet, or maybe she says bittersweet in the recipe. I know that my family likes darker chocolate, so I just used dark chocolate and it turned out really great. So you're just going to want to chop that pretty finely so that it's easier to melt down in our double boiler in the next step. To that same container, we are going to add in, I used amaretto. She gives you a couple different types of alcohol that you could use. I liked that amaretto was kind of fruity, almondy, so I ended up using that. I was gonna skip this, to be honest, but I'm glad I did. It added a really nice subtle flavor to the cake. So next we're gonna set up our bain-marie or double boiler. So you're gonna have some steaming water, like you've seen me do. Put your stainless steel bowl with the chocolate on top. You're going to start to stir, and this indirect heat from the steam just allows the chocolate to melt at a slower rate, so you're less likely to burn it. So this is it in there with the amaretto, and then you're going to take it off once you get it to this really nice silky melted state. At which point you're going to grab that container with your egg yolks and you're going to add it in together. So here we're working on the first half of our batter. Mix that together and then add in your almond flour and set that aside. Mix it together, set it aside, and we're gonna move on to the meringue half of our cake batter. So next we're gonna start in on our meringue. You're going to take your egg whites and a little bit of salt and whip it together until it's foamy. The most important part about this recipe I found was the visual cues for when you're making the meringue. You need to know when to move on to the next step. So you can see right here, I'll show you what mine looked like and how I knew I was ready to add the sugar. So once you see that foam, you know that you're ready to slowly add in your sugar, and you're gonna beat this until your meringue is at hard peaks. So you can see I pull out my whisk and it sticks straight up. It doesn't bend over. If it bent over, that would mean the meringue was at soft peaks. So once that happens, you're gonna add a little bit of vanilla, and then you're gonna get ready to fold the two mixtures together. So here I have my meringue, here I have my chocolate mixture, and you're just gonna delicately fold those two in together. This cake does not have any leavener, right? It doesn't have baking powder, baking soda, so the lift that we're getting when we bake it is actually coming from these egg whites. So you don't need to be too delicate, you definitely don't wanna leave streaks, but the reason we're folding it in and not whisking it in, beating it in, is because we want to keep that air. We want to keep it light and fluffy so that we get a rise in the oven. Once you don't have any streaks, you're going to go ahead and pour that into your prepared baking dish. And then the final step is to sprinkle a little bit of sugar on the top, like I mentioned earlier, give you that nice crispy texture. And then you're gonna bake it. And it bakes for less than an hour, super simple. You wanna leave it in the springform pan until it's completely cooled. and then you're ready to serve.
Everything is as it should, but when then will there be light? I feel like I'm dreaming of symphonies, but I'll keep writing lullabies. I'm calling my father, telling him all the things that
Alright guys, so this is the final cake. We have the nice meringue crust on top like we're supposed to. Say hello to Atticus, he's enjoying the view. Nice, light, fluffy. It's very delicate, so I left the bottom of the springform pan on. But it looks great, so I will let you know how it tastes. Hey guys, so I hope you enjoyed my process for making the flourless chocolate wave cake. Overall, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was delicious. Everybody loved it. And I would, like I said before, consider this to be easy. You're really just making the chocolate mixture and making the meringue and then folding them in together and putting them in a springform pan. So I don't think meringue is all that difficult if you know the visual cues to look out for. So like I showed you, the soft peaks, the foaminess, and then hard peaks. Aside from that, super simple. I feel like I'm not giving it a 10 out of 10 because, and this is kind of a cop-out, but it was so easy, it was less satisfying. Something like the apple tart that I really worked for made me really excited to serve, but this is just very simple and easy. So I think if people had to choose their favorites, it really just came down to, are you a chocolate person? Is that like your favorite thing? Or do you like other types of desserts and cooked fruit? They were both fantastic. I would say this would be great served with vanilla ice cream or freshly whipped cream. I think anything vanilla, anything to add a little bit of, I don't know, brightness to it would have been nice. So yeah, highly recommend for your table at whatever holiday. This is an evergreen recipe though. You can make this any time of year. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope maybe you'll try it out yourself. Please like and subscribe if you liked this video. I plan to make a lot more about the different things that I'm baking this holiday season. So I hope you enjoy all of them. Take care. Bye.